Right there. Hello there, everyone. It is Soldier17 here. And I don't know these pictures is not a paid video. Okay. So, I made the thumbnail, but anyways. So, here's the thing, everyone. Schedule kind of got a little messed up because a lot of stuff happened yesterday that just made me tired. And, today was busy. So, I have time to make it now. So this will come out probably in the morning tomorrow. It's already like 10 p.m. here. So, well, past 10 p.m., like 10:30 p.m. So this will basically come out in the morning. Tomorrow I will have schoolwork and work, so I will try and make a video, which will be the Anos, the Misfits of Demon Academy or something. I have to remember the anime. It's been a while since I watched it. But anyways, so that one's gonna be coming out next. So a lot of things are the schedule is changed, but not the what ifs are coming out. I will be making, the ones that I said I will make first before I go to the Austin ones, which I may even add on a few other ones because some what ifs do need like a part 2 to some of them. But anyways, I will be making them along with maybe adding one more or two, depending on the what ifs. I'll have to look into it. So yeah, anyways. So let's get into this. This is What If Naruto Was Not Neglected? Part 3. And yes, I know I made like 3 different, like 2 other neglected ones. This one was just where he was trained by Killua, Iki, and technically Naruto, aka, is actually Kurama. I don't even know how I know even if I watched my past video, I'm still trying to figure out how the heck did I come up with this idea. I do not know, but all I know is whatever. But yeah, so let's get on to the video then. Alright, so last time we left off is where the bridge builder's, nephew basically said, like, was ill, then he started laughing along with Kurama, aka Naruto, because of the fish guts. Because Naruto killed a fish, got them, and all that. So anyways, let's get to the next day. So as soon as, Naruto wakes up, he, stretches and he's like, man, it feels good to be near the woods. It really does. It's been a while. I should have realized this. Basically, if you guys are wondering what happened is, well, let me explain. So, because when the Kurama was basically just stretching and basically what I just said, he basically called someone sent, and, well, he figured someone's gonna come into his room and try to wake him up. So he gets ready. He put like another pillow there to make it look like he was sleeping. And as soon as he gets to the wall, someone comes in saying, "Naruto, wake up!" And she just jumps, basically, about to wake him up. Just like jumps in, basically uses her elbow. As soon as she tries, when she hits, the fake person there, she just sees the pillow. She was like, "What the? Where's?" As then she just sees Naruto. He just says, "You had to be quicker than that to get me." She's like, "How did you?" I was like, "I've been trained by, an assassin, aka Killua, and also been trained by, wait, I never told you that. Never mind." And she goes, "Wait, you also trained by who?" He's like, "Never mind. Let's just go eat." So that's Kakashi Sensei probably has to teach us something. I was already taught by 2 other people, so it doesn't really matter. Well, ish. And then he just kind of walking away while Nakura's trying to figure out what he meant. So anyways, he just realized, wait, I'm in my PJs. He walks back in and he just tells her, "Can you please get out so I can change?" She does realize he's still in pajamas and she nods and, well, she goes over, she leaves the room. So what Kurama does, or Naruto does, he locks the door and just changes. He opens it, he sees Stesha and By the way, that name took me a while to try to remember, and if I still got it wrong, then that's gonna be the joke of the series with me. I just keep on saying the name wrong. And Kelly. I was walking by, and they just asked, so you good? He was like, yeah. Come on, let's get down and eat. They nod, and so basically they just started eating. Taz says about the bridge that if they have anything to do, it is gonna be like a couple of days before we go start and work on it. So if you guys have anything to do, you guys can do it. See the town, help out a few people, learn whatever stuff ninjas do. As Kakashi says, I'll be thankful. And Zawaza says, yeah, maybe I can even teach these two as he points. Well, he doesn't know Stesha has a sword. He says he basically points to Stesha and Kelly say, even these two some swordsmanship. Let's see how good they do, then move on to the other people. As he's talking about Nakura, Menma, and Sasuke. As Stesha just says, she already knows swordsmanship. She was taught by her father. And he asks, oh, who's your father? She says, Iki. As all of a sudden, Zawaza just falls to his knees. He met Iki. He fought him once, and he lost. And basically, from that experience, he learned, never mess with someone like Iki. Never. And he goes like, you're his daughter? She goes, mm-hmm. And he does ask, wait, do you know all his techniques? She goes, nope. He sighs in relief, but then she goes, but Naruto does. As Zabuza looks at Naruto, and well, he just be like, I am very glad I swore my allegiance to you. So, and which then, well, Kurama would be like, really? You could not tell by the way I was fighting? He goes, to be fair, I haven't fought him in 10 years. Well, 10 to 5 years by now, so I kind of forgot about it. I can only remember his name in the aftermath of the battle, not the way his fighting style was. Which Kurama would be like, he shrugs me like, doesn't really matter. He's so lost. He's like, no, I know, and I'm glad, he says. He's like, great. Anyways. So, Kelly doesn't even know any swordsmanship, but I have a feeling she doesn't really need it. As he basically knows who she is. She's Otosuki, Kelly Otosuki, so yeah, I don't really think she needs it. But she does say it would be a good thing though, because it'd be better off we all had swords, right? Which again, Kurama shrugs. Mikachi just says, well, I'm your sensei, so let me teach you how to do tree walking. And he basically goes like, oh, that. That's what Kushina had to learn. I mean, I technically do know it, but I'll play along. So he just goes, alright, Kakashi. Let's go. As basically he gets up, and then Kakashi says, Naruto? Breakfast? Yeah. Sorry. So after they finish their breakfast, Zabuza talks to Kushina. Kushina agrees to the training, but he does tell her that it's going to be kind of a rough training, not going easy just because they're kids. She understands, and she does say Mema does need to learn some self-respect of respect of others. So maybe if he learns how to use a sword, he will, learn it. Zabuza just looks at her like, I don't think that's gonna happen. But alright. So yeah. Kushina does not really like Mema too much, but that's still her son. But still, she kind of did abandon him with Minato. It's because he did try to kill his sister, and also, I was saying she still would be like a mother sort of way, but only because he's on the mission. And yes, he does need to learn some self-control, like actual control over himself and his mind. So yeah, but anyways. So, Kashi's teaching them tree walking. I mean, Kushina would come over and see it, and she just says, Kurama? He goes, just call me Naruto, whatever. It doesn't matter to me. And what do you want? She just bows her head, which he's like, what are you doing? Why are you bowing your head to me? She just says, I'm sorry. And he was like, what? You're sorry? Oh, yeah. You're sorry for letting Minato influence your judgment and decisions and be a jerk to me? She does not answer. He was like, or treating me like I was a worthless animal just because I was a so-called demon, while the other two, or I should say one has basically is an actual demon, while the other one just has the half of the soul and half of the chakra within her, because you two gave it to her without her permission, because she was just a kid, a baby, basically. She does keep quiet, and it's like, so you want to say sorry for all of that? Or, I don't know, sorry for something else I don't know about. And again, she's quiet. He was like, Jesus, when are you gonna speak? This is getting awkward. And so she just says again, I'm sorry. And, well, she was trying to hold back some tears, even though I didn't make it sound like it. But, she's trying to hold back tears because what he said is kind of all true. I mean, technically, she's surprised he ain't trying to rip off her head. Or at all. Killed her by now. So, basically, it's like, this is kind of like before they even started tree walking. So, Kakashi just witnessed this and he was like, I do want to say something, but I think he's kind of right. So, I'm going to shut it. Anyways, Desha and Kelly learn, you ran out the signs of what I showed you, so try to get as high as you can before the wood cracked or you fall off. They both nod. So, Naruto just goes up to her, pats her on the shoulder, and basically saying like, look at me, Kushina. She looks up, and he can just see she's trying not to cry. And then he's like, I might have went a little bit too far. He just pats her on the head, like, you listen to the person you loved. I can't really blame you, but at the same time I can. It was your choice to listen to him. But he's the one who basically convinced you I was just a monster. So... it's okay. You're not the one who's supposed to apologize. She does stop bowing and, gets a normal stance. And she does wipe away the tears out for me. It's like, now you better go watch your, teammates. I hear Zamaza's a real brutal teacher. And then she just realized they might be dead by now. Then she runs off. And so Kakashi does walk over and says, is everything good? He was like, yeah, everything's good, Kakashi. So, hand signs? Basically, Kakashi just looks at him and be like, you already know the hand signs. Don't you BS me. He goes like, true. But still, old memory. It's like your tail beast. You're practically immortal. But he's like, you're no fun. And he was fine. So he shows him the hand signs, and he was like, okay. So he starts making the hand signs, and then he just kind of just walks to the tree, puts his foot on it, and since I'm saying the Nine Tails, no matter how old, like anytime he comes out, he already knew how to do water walking or anything. So yeah, but still, it's because he's in the human body. You'll feel, it's a different thing, like different chakra. So when he puts his foot on, he gets up a little bit and then falls, which that kind of shocks Kakashi and Kelly and Desha. So he just says, okay, it's different with 2 feet. I'm used to all fours. As they like, oh. And then he goes like, then basically, before Kakashi did anything, he goes like, also, I'm a lot bigger, so this is gonna be quite difficult. So it does take him a couple of hours before he gets it down, where he's actually at the top of the tree. He's like, yes, I made it. And then he goes like, now how do I get down? So, genius idea, he thinks. Fox ears, fox tails. Midair jumps off the tree, basically transforms into a fox. And because of this, his idea is to like try and fall into a tree or fall near a tree to where he can use his tails to basically stop himself from falling. In which it worked. Barely. What happens is when he smacked into a couple of branches, and he goes like, "Ah, my face! Ah, my ribs! Ah, my back! Ah." Tails saved him, but still, he hurt. But he's healing. He's like, okay, that did hurt a lot. Good idea, bad execution. Wait, no, bad idea, awful execution." And then, without him even noticing, Nakara sees him, Menman sees him, Sasuke sees him, Kushina sees him, Stesha, and Kelly, along with, basically, Kakashi. He basically is like, thinking, oh crap. And basically, Nakara just starts running. He's like, no, 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 no. He just starts running away. Basically, they just see Nakara go, like having a cloak activate just to keep up, and then he's like they see the nine-tailed fox like speeding off, while Nakara just chasing him, and then you can just hear like gotcha, and then basically the sound of a fox happens, and then she comes back holding the fox in her arms. Yes, he can change his size basically in fox form. He's basically in the chibi form now, and they just see this white nine-tailed, like white and black fur nine-tailed fox in Nakara's arms, basically. As not Minato, as Kushina just like, is that, or was that Naruto? Kakashi says, I mean, I don't think that's even possible, but hey. He's the nine-tailed fox made of pure chakra. It makes sense. Remember, just like he can transform into a fox, and then turn into a miniature-sized fox. He looks over at Stesha, and Kelly, as they're just like eyes wide and they just like say out loud, "Cute." As then the miniature Naruto has the miniature fox, head just goes up with a scared look on his face. And Nakara just looks down. She says, "Mine!" And they just like get angry, and so what happens is they almost had a tug of war between Naruto aka Kurama that would have been ripped them apart. But Kushina intervened, which he says, "Oh god, thank you, Kushina," but he can't speak, so he jumps on Nakara's arm. She goes, "No!" And then he transforms back into his human form. And the ears and tails are still out. He's like, "You almost had a tug of war with me. That could have nearly killed me." Then he goes over to Kushina, hugs her, and be like, "Thank you. I did not want to die young." Which, that kind of shocks Kushina, but she pats him on the head and says, "You're welcome." And Menma's just looking at him, just like dumbfounded, but then he looks at him and be like, "What? You didn't know I can turn into a little fox?" It's funny, I could still transform into a big giant fox if I ever wanted to. Which that caught everyone's attention. And which he goes like, "Did you guys never think of that?" I mean, Kelly says, "It's kind of obvious." Which Dash will just be like, how did I not think of that? Even Kakashi thinks that, and Kushina. Sasuke just says like, when could you have done that with me? Like, basically, you could have made the decoy so I can get away from Sakura, Ino, and all the other girls who basically kept on fangirling over me. And he's like, to be fair, I couldn't. Which Sasuke just, like, goes on his knees. And then he's like, why me? And, well, everyone kind of has a laugh at that because, well, I kind of see Sasuke asking this question and then doing this reaction because, one, all those fangirls of him are really annoying. But anyways, so Naruto, tells him he basically it was like 3 hours and he got the jutsu down, and he asked how Zabuza's training. Nakura just says, I don't know how, but it was somewhat easy. Meva just says it was hard. Sasuke just says like, he says I'm a Uchiha, so he said I should focus on physical strength before wielding a sword. So, so I mean, he nods and tell him it's gonna be a long road for your guys' training. But anyways, what's next? And then after that, everyone learns water walking. So let's just say for the next couple of days, they just sparred and trained, and which I'm gonna leave something as a surprise. But it involves a circle. Yep, that's all I'm gonna say. But anyways, so after that, the day of the bridge pillars happens. So Haku got to know everyone. Kind of shocked that Naruto is Nine Tails, and that he's serving under him, and he just says, I mean, it's really not a surprise. The weak bow to the strong. But then he says, before you even say anything, I'm not calling you weak. I'm just saying it's a natural thing of when you come up against someone with an overwhelming odds, not to defeat. You kind of just go into like submission mode. It's a part of everyone, animals and people. So don't worry about it. Which he nods. Zabuza, heard this and understood. So yeah. But anyways, the day of the bridge building. Well, because of there was no Haku and our Miss Assassin Zabuza, Gato hired someone else. So, what happens is, when they get to the bridge, they, Tazuna and his men start building it, and they are nearly done with it. It does take a couple of hours, but along with Kurama using multi-Shadow Clone Jutsu, helping out, it doesn't take that long. But you see, this person who comes is, well, no ordinary person. It's someone who reminds him of somebody. That because they can see him. It looks like an old man. Yes, I am doing this. I am bringing someone else in. I'm not gonna say who yet, but anyways. So Naruto sends the chakra, or should I say, the Nen, gets up. In which everyone kind of is wondering what's happening. He dispersed all the shadow clones. Also tell Zabuza, Tazuna, to get his men as far away as here from possible. Which he's like, what's gonna happen? He's like, just trust me. And which he does. So this takes a couple of minutes, and the old man appears. No one understands why is this man here and why does he dress in so different. And then Naruto steps up, or should I say Kurama, is like, so, as I can tell, you remind me of somebody with white hair, blue eyes, and basically, as then he kind of just changes hands into his fingernails into claws, and he goes like, someone who could do something similar to me. Which the old man chuckles and says, so, you are the person who my grandson, teached Nen to, and, some assassin techniques. And then Naruto just says, and you must be Xenozodic, my teacher's grandfather. In which the old man nods. He goes, and you must be Naruto Uzumaki, or something else. I mean, it's not every day since I can tell that you're not exactly human. Which Naruto chuckles and like, yeah, I mean, technically my chakra is sealed off, so since it's been released, it's kind of hard to tell, but I don't, just train for nothing. Basically, he just says, I'm just here because I was hired to kill a person, but change of plans as it seems. Now, boy, let me see what you can do with your Nen. He's like, basically, he's like, not just looks at him and goes like, alright then. This is gonna be not easy, but a little bit fun, right? Zeno doesn't say nothing. But what happens is that he just gets into a fine stance. Well, Kurama basically, or I'm just gonna say Kurama for now. As Kurama basically just, actually wait, let me explain something. Okay, so if I say Kurama, it's really Naruto. Okay, yeah, gotcha. As Kurama just basically has lightning coming off him on his arms, which everyone's kind of shocked by. Which Sasuke says, wait, you know lightning jutsus? But how are you? And they just says this ain't lightning jutsu. It's a thing called Nen. Which I don't think the Jonins will know, but actually I said they would know, but they can't. Not many people can learn if they have chakra. I know everyone has chakra, but I'm just saying like you can have chakra and then like Kurama has. But anyways, so Kakashi's like, wait, so that means Kill Zoldyck uses Nen? Everyone thought it was chakra, advanced lightning chakra jutsus. It was like, nope, Nen. In which this old man just comes running at Naruto. Well, not old man. As Zeno just comes running at Naruto, which Naruto runs at him too. Basically, his eyes are actually shown, basically being red. In which I think, Zeno Zoldyck would actually know what the Nine Tails is, but and since he's in a human form, he doesn't understand what he can do. So, what happens is this. They fight, hand-to-hand clash. Basically, even though lightning's on basically Kurama's arms and hand, Zeno is using his Nen to basically cancel out the, lightning. Even though it is a lot of, Kurama does have a lot of Nen, it's still not on the same level as, Zeno. So, Zeno Zoldyck's, level. So, but still, he says it's quite impressive. It only took you how many years to be with him? He was like, man, I think 4 or 5. I think I met him when I was 10. No, maybe even 9. Kind of lost count. I mean, kind of happened when he kind of beat you so much into remembering how to use Nen and Chakra exactly at the same time. You just, I see. I mean, it's better than what he learned. He was like, yeah, torture, purely. But I mean, I am technically resistant to poison anyways. And many other things. Which he does not. And they, jump back and he goes like, now I think it's time for me to, start to get serious. As Zeno Zoldyck says. So what happens is, the assassins walk. Basically. And Kurama just kind of snickers at this. And just saying, I know I'm outclassed, but man, this is fun. Which, they could just see all the, the images of Zeno Zoldyck just saying, I guess sometimes a beast can't help but smile. So, when Kurama doesn't move, but when everyone's like, look at this, they don't understand why, but they feel like if they even enter it, it'll be death. Besides, Kelly, she just sighs me like, Kurama, stop messing around with him. It's like, fine. You have to ruin all the fun. In which, everyone's kind of confused. So what happens is, he goes, I was gonna save this for later, but sorry. I mean, I was trained by Killua, but, But she does not. He goes like, but I guess you never figure out if I had time to master my chakra, my human body. then I can do this. As all of a sudden, he just flickers yellow. Basically, yes, I am getting KCM. The reason why is his chakra. It's his actual chakra. He, so I don't see the point of him not having it. I would. He wouldn't even have a cloak. Just anything. His. It would just be his natural body. Basically fur and stuff. If he was in a actual form, fox. But since in a human form, he's using his actual chakra, just not. You know, he's actually was. He can cover himself in a tail beast cloak to make one tails, nine tails, and stuff. But since he can make just tails and ears, I don't see the point why he cannot go, you know, KCM1, which which Xenozoldic is kind of shocked. But then all of a sudden, Godspeed is activated on top of it, in which I think Xenozoldic would try to strike him right away, and all of a sudden he just disappeared, and basically Xenozoldic just gets kneed in the stomach, in which he falls down, and he goes like, sorry about that, old man. I didn't expect me to do that. And he was like, I'm quite alright. And he was like, I know we're fighting and we're trying to kill each other, but, well, actually, I'm not trying to kill you, and, well, whatever. So, he puts his hand on him, and all of a sudden he gets healed. In which he was like, he goes, yeah, I can regenerate, heal myself. I can heal myself from poisons, so, kind of a regeneration, you could say. Can't really regenerate limbs, I think. Haven't tested that out yet. Gonna probably try it someday. And which those just looks at him like he's crazy, and then he just starts laughing, which he gets up. He was like, "I'm outmatched." He was like, "Huh? You have a whole bunch of years of experience, minus the part where you're trapped inside somebody's, in a seal and stuff, but still." You have witnessed many different knowledge and secrets in the world than I have. So, I believe I am outclassed, but how long can you last with this form? He was like, I just kind of started working on, I kind of worked on this just recently, yesterday, so only about 10 seconds. So basically all of a sudden, the KCM cloak is off, but the, Godspeed mode is activated. And he nods. He goes like, I see. What else have you worked on? And he goes like, and then he just whispers in, Xenozodic's ear, which his eyes widen. Oh yeah, if you guys wonder, he deactivated the Godspeed. So then he's like, you can actually make one of those? And he was like, I could do it as a tail beast, so why not? He's like, it's a good thing I gave up. Alright. I'll tell Kill that you say hello. And then, before he even leaves, Gato shows up. He's like, what the? Why are you not trying to kill him? He was like, basically, Zeno's will just be like, I lost to him already. And I do not care for you. You already were gonna backstab me. And besides, you're, kind of a disposable anyways. Which Gato's like, disposable? Me? And he goes, yes, you are. As of, today, before you even, the day after you hired me, I had another contract who paid twice as much for your head. In which God was like, you double crosser, which Naruto, Kurama just be like, you look like you're gonna double cross him. The Zoldycks don't take kindly, to anything, and they were just gonna take all your money anyways. So, pretty much, you're an idiot. But Chikado was like, how dare you, bro, call me an idiot? He was like, idiot. Hey, mind if I take care of this guy? I need to kill something anyway. It's been a long time since I've done that. But Zenos was like, sure, why not? Have your fun. Killa told me you look like you've been itching to kill some people. And it's not my place to ask. Which, Krishna kind of sweats a little along with Menma, but now Krishna sitting there smiling. But hold on, everyone. Alright, so Naruto's walking up, and he's not gonna go in making a giant mess. He goes like, you know, I don't want to leave a mess, so I'm just gonna do one thing to you guys, and one thing only. Give you a choice: run away or die to me. It's your choice, pals. Which everyone's kind of laughing a little. I mean, they didn't really see what was a fight, just the aftermath, but, you know, they just, like, they're laughing and saying, what can that kid do? And then he's like, jeez, old man, you really are a pain. And he's thinking about his dad, you know, Hagoromo Otosuki, so yeah. And then he says, alright, I warned you. So Garo tells his men to run, you know, basically run and kill him. And then all of a sudden, he just starts weaving hand signs. And then he says, fire style! Fireball jutsu! And then, well, basically, a fireball went at them. But it did kill them. Like, I'm not gonna lie, Kurama's gonna kill them. Because, I mean, he's gonna kill those people who are basically, you know, I'm not gonna justify it, but it's like, it's in the world of Shinobi, so it's killed to be killed, so Kurama knows this, so, yeah. Anyways, so, what happens is, you know, his men are nearly wiped out. A few of them survived. He was like, I guess Madara would be kind of surprised with me if I did that. I mean, it wasn't one of his best fire style jutsus, but, So, God was like, what the? How did you? As in a blinding speed, Naruto's there. And his hand is basically, well, you know, his right hand's to his side. As he just sees claws. Like his nails are extended and, you know, has claws. As he was like, what are you? Basically, as Naruto says, the nine-tailed fox. And basically, decapitation. That's all. That's all I gotta say. So yeah, Gato dies. Everyone is shocked. The men who basically are still alive, he says, your choice. Surrender or be like him. Your friends. They just surrender. The Xenozoldyck kind of chuckles and says, alright. I mean, you killed him, so do you want the money or the Zoldyck family gets? He goes like, it was your contract, so you take it. Say thank you. Anyways, I'll run to his place with with these men to get their belongings, along with the money that the town people need. So, good day. As basically, yeah, Zeno just takes the men. Zeno's just takes the men. They have a cart. They get the money and stuff and their belongings. And by the time the bridge is finished, with the help, with the help of Naruto, Naruto/Kurama, the bridge is done. But anyways, no one talked to him about what he did. I mean, Zeno did take the body in the head. He has proof in the scroll and such. But anyways, after everything was done, Kelly, Stella, and Nakura just kind of ask him, so, how many jutsus do you know? He's like, depends. How old of a jutsu do you want me to say? Like the very first, or all the way back to the first Hokage? Because after the first Hokage, I still learned many jutsus from being inside Kushina, so there's a lot of them I know, but I don't feel like going through all of them. Ugh. So, they're kind of shocked by that. Kushina's just like, how many people have you wanted to kill in the village? He goes like, all of them. Besides one. Maybe. More, at least. And he said that with a little, blush, because, I mean, the only person he can see he could want that is, well, the third Hokage, Hiruzen. And since Desha and Kelly, aka Kelly Otsutsuki, basically were not part of the village. He cannot see the harm in them either, or Stella and Iki, or even the Huga clan basically. And so yeah, Kushina smiles at this, but kind of said that it was like she's not one of those people, but she's understandable. So yeah, but anyway, so they just finished the bridge, and when they're done, they still name it the Great Naruto Bridge. Well, technically he was about to say the Great Kurama Bridge, but he says, nah, let's make it Naruto. It's way more easy for people to remember the name. And does the Great Kurama Bridge sounds catchy? Which they really thought about, and it says, no, the Great Naruto Bridge sounds a little catchy. He was like, exactly. It's like, so yeah. Basically, that happened. Sasuke just legit just says, help me, can you help me get my Tomoes and my Sharingan? He's like, okay. Genjutsu? He's like, huh? Genjutsu. Like, putting in a Genjutsu make you relive your worst fear. He's like, sure. Why not? Let's see what happens. So, he basically combined two things together. His family being massacred, and basically Sakura on him on a date. But he thought that would be funny. Which he does unlock the two Tomoe on both eyes, but then all of a sudden then he gets the third one, and he's like, oh god, that was a horrible genjutsu. It's like, the family or Sakura? He's like, I'm not gonna say which. And he's like, I'm sorry. He's like, whatever, let's just go back to the village. So after that, they all go back. Menma is terrified. Legit terrified. If he had no chakra, at the time when Menma was, bullying him and such, then if he had chakra, and he got mad, and he could have killed him, he had a feeling his head would have been off by now, and he would be dead. So, Menma's thinking, note to self, leave Naruto or Kurama alone, and don't piss him off. Also, don't piss off Zabuza or Haku. They've really been beating the self-respect of others and myself into me. So yeah. So anyways, while they're on the way walking, everyone's just enjoying their time. Zabuza's kind of surprised that, well, of everything. Heck, even that weird power he was using. He was like, that was just kind of like it was somewhat kind of like a transformation, you can say, but not really. It's just I just used my chakra, and boom. Since I have a human body, my chakra pool is, well, kind of big in general, but because of this body was Uzumaki, it got even huger. So basically, I had to kind of put a little bit of my chakra into another place. So I kind of just, you can say, put it somewhere, then when I need it, if I wanted to use it later on or something, boom, I can just transform. Or in general, I can just transform even with my natural chakra. And it only can last for 10 seconds because I haven't trained enough of it in its form, so in which Zabuza nods. So after a couple of days of walking, talking, training, basically, yeah, Naruto gets there. Naruto gets home, and Minato has came out of his depression, kinda. He's back to looking like the Minato, but also not really the same Minato. He's back to the canon Minato if we knew. He's way more. He's just different now. He's just the canon Minato. He's like, oh, everyone's returned. Great. So, how was the mission? In which Naruto really Naruto slash Kurama recognizes that this is different, Minato. Very different. It's like him beforehand, but gotta look into this more. So, when Kakashi and Kushina explain the mission, they don't tell about who Naruto is or about what he did, but just say that he fought this, this man called Zeno Zoldyck, and in the end, he got lucky enough to hit a strike on him that led to him being severely wounded and gave up. Then he asked, did he die? He was like, no. Kush says no. He was able to leave and, well, lick his wounds for later on. But Gado came and he was killed. Which Kakashi was like, not Kakashi, which Minato was like, I see. Who killed him? He goes, they just say Zeno Zoldyck. I was like, alright. Anyways, I'm glad everyone's okay. So, basically since this was the same mission as it was the C mission, we can only give you the money that, we can give them. By the way, everyone got the money back, in the village. So yeah, but anyways, that's it. And they say they don't mind. So, Naruto looks at Minato. Minato looks at Naruto. And he can still see that hatred there, but it's towards himself now. Which Kurama just thinks to himself, I guess he realized, I'm not the demon. So, he just walks away. Minato looks at Mema. Mema looks at Kushina. Kushina just looks at Minato and, well, nothing said. She leaves. Minato understands that she does not want to talk to him ever. And then, Nakura, everyone else left. So Mema just asked, Dad, what are we gonna do? It's like, nothing, Mema. We just let them be. In which he's shocked. He was like, don't you? He was like, yes, what I did was wrong. And I basically didn't tell her what happened. And even if I did tell her what happened, well, she would have left me anyway. So this is you could say, karma for everything I've done. It's kind of ironic. But anyways, we'll just have to deal with them. Deal with being with just the two of us. All right. Tell me anything you need, son. I'm trying to figure out a way I can say I'm sorry to Naruto. Which Mema just looks at him and just says, I don't think you can. He doesn't even like me. He basically, well, he basically even threatened to kill me though on the day when I was about to punch Nakura, when everything happened. So, Minato nods, and it says, that's not surprising me. So what will surprise me if he forgives me. So, anyways, let's get home. Which Minato, gets up and walks out with Mema, which Naruto's watching from a tree that's nearby. He can see Minato smiling, but that's a fake one. He's upset still, but hiding it. Mema has changed because of Zabuza and Haku, but not by much. He just says, should I forgive the Yellow Flash? Nah. I'll tell you, if I give him a second chance, he'll ask if we can live, if we can come back, but doesn't even matter. And then, so he just body flickers away. Where he goes is, he kind of just lands where Nakura, his mom, well, Nakura, Kushina, Stasha, Stasha, and Kelly are. In which he just says, "Yup." And they say they look back and they didn't scream. They said, "Oh, you're back." He's like, "Yeah, so celebration or back to the home?" You know, Kushina, Nakura. In which they said, "We can all go out to eat." And then all of a sudden, like, Naruto goes like, "Oh, hey you two, what's up?" Which everyone turned back besides him. They see Iki and Stella, and they say, "Naruto, how's everything?" He was like, "Meh." Met Killaw's grandfather, which Iki nods. So just asks, "How was you guys' missions, anyways?" He was like, which they kind of explained it. Which besides the Kurama thing, which I think Stella, yeah, I did say Stella and Iki knows. So they were like, "I see." Well, I mean, at least everyone's safe. And good job to you, for defeating Zabuza. By the way, where is he? He was like, "Oh yeah." Then kind of a little flashback as Minato. Basically, I forgot to mention that he told Zabuza that Haku can be a Jonin or Jonin because of his skills, and that him will have to be on probation. I forgot to put that in. So yeah. But anyways, they just say that, and okay. So you guys are gonna go celebrate for a mission done? And they go, "Uh huh." No, it just says, "Haven't decided yet." Everyone just looks at me like, "Okay, fine, yeah, we're gonna go celebrate." So they just go to the barbecue. They just go get barbecue, in which everyone's just surprised. Sasuke went back home just to rest because of he trained with Naruto and it just was hard, like really, really, really tough. So he just as soon as he gets home, he falls asleep. Sakura is just like, what happened to Sakura? You probably never gonna wonder, but yeah, her team just they're still on D rank missions. But anyways, so the tuning exam's gonna happen. We're gonna go to then. But anyways, so after everyone's having fun, hanging out, the three girls trying to get Naruto's attention, aka Kurama's attention, but she just pretends he doesn't even notice. In which Iki can see that along with Stella. Kushina would be like, "Wow, how?" So yeah, basically, so after that, everyone goes home, and then they just fall asleep. So we get into the next day where there was a meeting called not at the Hugo compound, but technically at the Hugo compound, but in the house of Kushina and everyone else that are ninjas. And also they asked, oh man, I really forgot her name. I really cannot remember her name because I was so worried about it. But the person, the random girl I named that basically has the baby of Minato, just ask, "What's wrong?" And they go, "Oh, we're just having a meeting. I'm just waiting for Kakashi and my other teammate. The other teammates in her group." And so basically, after a few minutes, they arrive. In which, what happens? They do explain what's gonna happen, that the tuning exams are coming up and such, that they think they're ready for it. So yeah. So Naruto just says, "How long we have?" "Well, you guys can sign your papers right away, or wait and then sign. It's all up to you guys." Which Kushina agrees. So they all talk about it. Well, as a group, not in their teams, because they're all getting decided on the strong points and such if they're gonna work together or not. So they decided to all join, but trying their teams, not in a group, to win. Which Kushina understands why, but anyways. So I'm gonna say in this one, Kakashi just takes the paper and says, "I'll take them to Minato and then he'll approve them or not." Kushina's teams because he understands why Kushina would not want to see him. So she says thank you to him and, leaves. And so, Naruto says, anyways, I'm gonna go talk with, Hinata's father, the leader of the Hyugas, so. Hiyashi? I think it's Hiyashi. Let me just double check. Yeah, I was right, without even knowing the name, really. So, what Naruto sees in the Hyuga training ground is basically Hinata's training with Neji. And I'm saying this one, she is a lot different. She should be, she is stronger for the head of the Hyugas, and Neji her do have a rivalry and such, but still, not Neji has that little bit of an edge because of speed alone, I think. No. I'm just saying they always are near each other, near defeating one another, but somehow each one could counter someone their opponent's movement and such pretty easily. So, it always comes to a draw or one of them wins. So basically, Neji, I would say they fought 1,000 times. So out of 1,000, he won about a good 80 portion of it, while she only won the good 20. In this case, Neji wins, because Hinata won last time during the sparring. And so Hiyashi said, Alright, you two, that's enough. Go take a break and resume your training. In which they nod. So, Neji sees Naruto, which Hiyashi notices too. He goes, Naruto! It's so good to see you. I didn't notice you got back yesterday. He's like, yeah, that's understandable. We kind of got in when most of you guys were sleeping. Celebration, I guess you can say. So, how's everything going? It's like, it's going good. Still haven't, don't have enough time to always use the 64 palms. But anyways, kind of fought an assassin, so it was fun. Actually, 2. It's like, really? Who? Naruto does look at me like, Demon the Mist. He was like, yes, Zabza. Fought him, beat him. He's kind of you can say, servant, but really just, he works for me now, which he's shocked. Hinata didn't even care. She saw him, but she just left, so she didn't hear us. Neji heard this. He's kind of shocked. He was like, what do you mean? He was like, what do you mean by works for you? He was like, oh, ancient code of warriors, basically. I'm saying this one there is. It was swordsman, basically. If you are defeated and you are spared, your opponent is supposed to kind of serve you, but also work for you. So, kind of his boss, anyways. In which she nods, and he was like, who was the other? Zeno Zoldyck. Hasashi eyes widen. He's like, wait, what? How are you? Was like, I was trained by his grandson. Kill Zoldyck. Neji just shocked. Completely utter baffled shock. Including Hiyashi. And so, what happens is, I say Desha and Kelly come in when they see this, and then all of a sudden Neji says, Naruto, I challenge you to a fight. Which, he looks over at Neji, and basically, Hiyashi just looks at Neji thinking, you fool! He's like, alright. Naruto says to him, first off, rest. You're tired. Okay? I don't like to fight someone who's, tired, or basically has a wound or such that's gonna hinder their movement. So, rest up, then we fight. Or should I say spar or such. Which, he nods. So he takes a good 10-minute break. He gets up. He gets into a fighting stance. Naruto gets into a fighting stance. And, well, I'm not gonna say Neji gets bodied. Basically gets beaten down to a bloody pulp. I'm saying, no, he's gonna test him out, see how strong he is, before he does anything. And so he gets to a stance and that really isn't his. is basically like just he's not taking the fight seriously yet. So when Hiyashi says begin, they both run at each other. They both have thrown, fist to fist. Naruto throws a few kicks sometimes. Neji does try to hit his chakra points, which he's always dodging. And he's surprised about the speed and such. In which, after this fight, this stalemate goes on for a few minutes. They jump backwards, from away from each other. And Neji says, pretty impressive. I heard you somehow use because then before Neji could even say anything else, he was like, the 64 palm technique about the Byakugan, which he nods. He was like, yeah, I know. Anyways, let's see who's faster, me or you with it. Neji smiles and says, yes, let's. So what happens is, since Neji doesn't know how strong he is, he's gonna go all out full on speed. Kurama / Naruto was gonna do exactly the same thing. But she thinks that no, he always has enough speed or chakra to make him faster. So let's just say he goes a good 20% speed to around 35. In between 20 and 35. Alright. So with this speed alone, he's able to somehow look like he's body flickering, or just, like in a flash, just all of a sudden right there. Neji didn't have time to react, and with him putting a point into Neji as one of his pressure points that leads into the chakra, he goes, gotcha. In which all of a sudden he starts doing the 64 palms, blocking off Neji's chakra points. In which Neji's shot by this Hiyashi. Not really that shot, but still good enough. And so, all of a sudden, Naruto basically forced his fingers into claws and is at Neji's neck with one of them at it and says, do you give up? Which Neji nods. And the claws just turn back to her fingernails. He was like, see, now if this is a battle, you can't get destroyed because of something happens to you like that. Always be on guard and ready. Heck, even use a kunai if you have to. Don't always fight fair with your opponents. They will cheat, trust me. I mean, I could have done it, but since you showed me respect somewhat, I showed you respect somewhat. So, I mean, if we can find the Chunin exams, let's, look at each other as people, not just, a piece of scum, along with me. Well, that's my view, and then your view is probably a demon. Neji just says, I didn't really care about what the villagers said, but I kind of get why you would hate everyone in this village. It was, alright, thanks. Anyways, train again together sometime? Which Neji nods and which Kurama has his hand out, Neji grabs it and shakes it. Which they just hear clapping. It's from Stesha and Kelly, in which Hiyashi and Neji are like, who are these two? And then basically all of a sudden, before they can say anything, they hear Naruto say, Naruto! Basically, as they decide to say, they basically just claimed him, every turn and say, something. But then, before Naruto can even, jump through them or push them aside, they kind of just grab onto Naruto and say, we're his friends, his teammates. And maybe, something more later on. Which, he looks at them cluelessly, but he's like, you really are claiming me right now? Jeez. And that's in his head, though. Naruto just says, leave my brother alone. Well, technically not. I mean, she's about to reveal it, so she shuts it. And which they're like, huh? And then she goes, brother. Anyways, Mom wanted me to tell you that, lunch is almost ready. Alright? Which he nods. So, they kind of just leave. Let's just skip that month. A whole bunch of training. And Neji does get a boost in strength, like a big boost. So yeah. And well, when they get to the area where the Chunin exams are, Kushina and Kakashi with some luck. So, but when they immediately, oh yeah, I even forgot, Sasuke trained with Zabuza and Naruto. Menma trained with just Zabuza. Nakura trained with Naruto, Kushina, and Kakashi. Yes, Kakashi helped train. Neji trained with Naruto and Hinata, and Hidashi did help out whenever anyone needed any equipment and such. So yeah, but anyways, so basically these people are very very strong right away, and as soon as they enter the building, they can already tell Genjutsu. And then all of a sudden, you just hear Sasuke! And, Naruto looks over, he sees Sakura running over. And I'm gonna say this. Sasuke legit just actually went on a date with someone. I'm not gonna say who. But he went on a date with someone, and he looks at Sakura. And then he was like, hi. What do you want? She says, I haven't seen you in so long. How you doing? He's like, fine. How are you? Good. You? He's like, great. So why are you here? Like, my basically sensei said I can join in. And which everyone looked at each other and they look at her like, why though? She just shrugs, but she says that her teacher's been helping her with her basically with learning new jutsus and such. Heck, even training. In which they're kind of shocked by this. And yes, Sakura is not going to be totally useless, but she is going to have a few jutsus, even medical ninjutsu right away, and a genjutsu too. So yeah. So she's not completely useless, but she's still not going to be relative enough into the story yet. Probably in Shippuden. Or if I ever get to Shippuden. Probably just in the later future series, later future parts. But just in this case, not now. So, he goes like, so, do you already know about something? And she goes, yeah, this is a weak genjutsu. Which they're kind of shocked by. He's like, and he can sense, she has a lot more chakra than what he remembers. And he goes like, did they also help you with your chakra control with that? Like that? You have a lot bigger. Like 3 times more bigger than your normal chakra size. She says, pretty much. And he's kind of surprised. Wait, you didn't call me demon. It's like, why? I mean, I know I used to, but why would I call you it now? All of a sudden, Naruto and Sasuke look at each other and says, you are not Sakura Haruno. Where is that uselessness? They both said exactly the same time. And she goes like, wow, really? He's like, sorry. And they both say this. I mean, they both agree. You always call Sasuke says you always call Naruto, and then Naruto says you always calls me demon. Like, yeah, I may or may not be scolded for that by my sensei. And they go like, wait, who is your sensei? And she just goes like, do you really want to know? Everyone just nods. So, basically, they didn't have enough teachers. There was an odd number team. So someone came out of retirement of sensei. I'm doing this too. Poor old man. Poor third Hokage. I'm sorry, but yes, she gets trained by the third Hokage. Her teammates are basically just characters I'm just making up. They're both, the same Genins, but they are basically kind of just like her. People who were in the academy just become ninjas because their chakra control was decent. But they have unique traits of, one has fire, which is the boy. The other one's a girl who has, wind and earth. Wind and fire. So basically, the boy's name is Luke. The girl's name is Serena, and yeah, I'm not gonna give pictures or names of them. Just know one of them has black hair and greenish eyes. The other one has, well, the boy has black hair and greenish eyes. The girl has, let's just say, um, I don't know, blue hair and purple eyes. Yeah, let's just go with that. So, because of that, um, they just asked, so wait, you're telling us you're trained by the third Hokage? She goes, mm-hmm. Naruto says, that's kind of attack. That's a cheat. That's a cheat. She goes like, why? Why is it cheat? Huh? Huh? Naruto? And basically he's like, I'm not used to that. Why did he beat that out of you? I'm okay with you calling me demon. I don't even like you. We're not even friends. She's like, he says I should respect everyone, even if my parents or whoever I was taught saying you're a demon. I shouldn't. Because what happens if I ever need your help? And yeah. So he's like, so you're just doing it just so you can live? She goes, no, I understand what he means. And that I should, not bully or say anything mean to you. And she does bow and I want to say I'm sorry. Which Naruto just backs away. Backs away slowly. And everyone kind of chuckles at this. And she's like, wow, that's mean. She was like, and they just say, well, to be fair, you're different. So Luke says, Sakura, come on, gotta get going. She goes, all right, Luke. So she says bye to everyone and leaves, and they just walk up to to get the go for the door and such. Everyone's just like, wow, she is. Then Naruto says, not useless as much. Sasuke says, yep. Anyways, let's get going. So they nod. So yeah, they go for the doors. Basically, Rock Lee tries to get Sakura, but he wondered where Sasuke was. But then when he sees Sasuke, he challenges him to a battle for Sakura's love, which Sasuke goes, I'm dating someone else. Well, no, not someone else. I'm dating someone already. Which they're like, Sakura's like, okay. Which, that shocked everyone even more. Yes, Hiruzen did fix that about her. But yeah. I mean, she's not gonna be like, she's not crazy obsessive. She will do the whole entire Sasuke thing, fangirl, but as soon as she, but even if he said, oh, I'm dating someone, she's still gonna fangirl over him, but not as much because, well, he's already taken, and, So yeah, so anyways. Naruto just looks at Rock Lee and goes like, wait, who are you? He goes, I'm Rock Lee. Basically, the spirit of you, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, okay, listen here, pal. We're just gonna go. See ya. Bye. Have fun. Also, if you even revealed anything to us, we can always use it to battle you if we ever have a chance to in the Chunin exam. So have fun. And everyone just walks past him. He's like, Sasuke stops though, and he was like, yeah, fine. I'll fight you. Which Naruto's like, let me guess, you're not going to use any genjutsus or ninjutsus. He was like, yep, taijutsu. Time to test something out. He's like, fine, just don't kill the guy. It's like, I won't. Which Lee's thinking, what does he mean by that? And so, how they start to fight, Lee is fast. Sasuke can keep up with him. But Lee is a few seconds ahead. So, the body goes somewhat similar to Canon, but Lee never had enough time to do primary lowest on him. Basically, he kind of switched it around on Lee. Almost. The guy did interfere and such. But anyways. Then, after all that happens, they go into the written portion. Everything goes the same in canon. Besides, Kurama just acing everything. He's done in a matter of minutes. Puts down the paper. Everyone kind of just, well, actually he even wrote down what's the ninjas, blah blah blah, the last question. he just says the determination to never give up, basically. And then he says, "AK the well, the basically the fire within everyone." Basically, yeah. So everyone like he flipped over paper. Everyone noticed, and it's like, uh, how, Nakura kind of like did get done. Like her studying. I mean, she basically did a lot along with Kelly. Does help out. Okay, hold on. Stasha. And, well, Stasha kind of helped out, Sasuke, Nakura, and Menma. How? Easy. Little fire things. Like little fireflies, kind of. They weren't really that bright to even notice right away. So, yeah, kind of worked out for them. So, everyone who left. Everyone who passed. Sakura's team was one of them. So, yeah. Anyways, Akano comes in, does exactly the same thing. Everyone goes to the forest of death. Some stuff happens that's similar. When Akano, for this part, when Akano throws her kunai at Naruto, he basically just kind of like Dragon Ball Z styled it. Cell versus Mr. Satan. Flicks, like, just smacked it away. He's like, really? I'm not dumb enough to not pay attention. Jeez. She's like, how are you not cut? He's like, chakra. Duh. She goes, right. So after all that, everyone signs the papers and such, and, well, everything. When the gates open, everyone runs in besides Team 7, Sakura's team, and Kushina's team. Well, Sakura, Kushina's team, basically, Sasuke, and Nakura. And then Naruto's team, Naruto, Kurama, Desha, and Kelly. But that's where I'm going to leave it off, everyone. Hope you guys all have a nice day, night, wherever you are, and bye.